Hi, my name is Jesse. Thanks for joining me. This is my introductory video to the Meteor Hammer tutorial series. In today's video, we're going to be covering the anatomy of the Meteor Hammer. The Meteor Hammer consists of 4 parts. We have the hammerhead, O-rings, meteor silk, and the rope. The hammerhead should weigh somewhere around 400 grams to about 700 grams. You should experiment with the weight, go with what feels comfortable for you, but also what's safe. What I've done in the past is something like this. This is a 550 cord basket, which has been tied around a tennis ball. The tennis ball itself can be filled with something to give it more weight. What I've done is I've actually cut a small hole into one side of it and I filled it with mung beans to give it more weight. And that's worked out very well for me. But you can use other things as well. Really, it's up to you. You can find other videos online about how to make a meteor hammer or how to make a rope dart. And just go with what you feel comfortable using. And by all means, experiment. The second part is O-rings. So you can have one main O-ring connecting the meteor hammer, the hammerhead, to the rope. What I've done is I've taken a central O-ring and I've put 2 more on either side of it, and this creates something that's very pleasant to listen to during a performance or during practice, and that's this jingling sound every time you shoot the rope. And sometimes when you're spinning the rope, if there becomes any slack in the rope that later on gets pulled out from the use of kinetic energy, those rings will cling together and it creates this nice sound. So I use it as a training tool to help me work on my form while I'm practicing. The third part is what's often called meteor silk, and it's a nice cloth that covers the hammerhead. What I've done is I've gone to a fabric store and I've just purchased a small square of fabric and cut it in half into a rectangular shape, and then I just tied the rope around it. So if you're making your own meteor hammer, then get a piece of material that is a color that you find visually appealing. Something that when you spin it around, it's really going to catch someone's eye. I've used this dark red color mostly because I train at parks like the one you see behind me now, and just because it doesn't look dirty after I've been throwing this thing around and slamming it in the dirt and all that kind of stuff. But you'd want something, I think, that's a vibrant fluorescent color. Anyways, lastly we have the rope. The rope, most importantly, should be smooth to the touch. When you're using the meteor hammer or rope dart, when you shoot out the hammer and you grab it, when that rope slides through your hands, the friction will burn your skin. So you want something that's really easy on your grip. Something nice and smooth. This is a nylon rope that I picked up just from a local store. Furthermore, the rope should be roughly twice the length of your body. So I think what I'll do is I'll stand up here and I'll give you a demonstration of how long my rope is. So take my rope and I'll show you roughly how to measure it. So when I anchor the rope to my wrist, like so, and I extend it fully, it is exactly my arm width. So you should be able to hold your arms straight out, holding the meteor in one hand, and as it hangs down like so, it shouldn't be able to touch the floor. If it can touch the floor, it's gonna be a little bit tricky for you to spin it around and not hit the floor if you're not careful about how much slack you keep in the rope. So I'm 6 feet tall. I made my rope just a little bit longer than 13 feet. This way it gave me a little bit extra slack to tie the knots on both ends. On one end of the rope there is the knot that fixes the hammerhead to the O-ring to the rope. So this is on one end. On the other end there's this adjustable knot here that allows the rope to fasten to your wrist. So I think that this is preferred, where you have a rope that you can tighten to the wrist while you're spinning. If you just want to make a generically sized loop, like so, about this size, that maybe isn't adjustable, but you can slide your hand through pretty easily and then grab onto the rope for while you're spinning, then that could work too. Just go with whatever you feel comfortable with. I prefer the adjustable knot at the end. So that's it for the anatomy of the rope, of the Meteor Hammer. It's pretty straightforward, not a lot of working pieces, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.